Good morning, folks. Alrighty, today I will be making a transitioning from beginners to advanced level for Russian. So the first thing I want to do here is just show you what all resources I have for this language. Then I will get into what you will need to use as a beginner, all the way up to at least an upper intermediate level, going to advanced. So doesn't really matter with the order here. But I'm going to start with Aussie Mill. So this is fairly new, English version. Lonely Planet, Russian phrase book. Teach Yourself Russian. Начало course, book 1. And these are courses that are used at the Ohio State University. This is book 2. Cortina method, conversational Russian in 20 lessons. I have dirty Russian, everyday slang from, you know what? Let's see, Russian in 3 months. Then I have this Russian grammar, Sham's outline. I love this course. I love the Shams series. Then we have book 2, English to Russian. You can also get it in other languages like Spanish to Russian, German to Russian. If you guys never heard of this this site before, I'll post a link where you can go check out other courses that they have. Then I have this concise Oxford Russian dictionary. Very good. And then I have my very own course, FLR Russian. So let's get into what we will be using as a beginner. Now, as a beginner, there are so many courses out there you can start with. I would definitely recommend you to start with a formal course such as Teach Yourself, or maybe even Russian, or sorry, I said Russian, Aussie Mill, Russian Aussie Mill. Now I should say it all depends on your learning style, but I'm gonna talk about myself, my own learning style. If I was starting on this Russian language, I would probably go with this Aussie Mill course because the approach is more of a it's more intuitive. Everything is natural. They have grammar sections where you can, visit, look things up, but you don't really get into it all like that. So I will go with the Aussie Mill course. Now, if they didn't have this Aussie Mill, I will, go with Teach Yourself and just work in a way that will be more natural for me. So the Teach Yourself has an in-depth grammar section. They break down everything in more depth than the Aussie Mill would. So that's what I would do. But yeah, if you're a beginner, you need to go ahead and get a formal course. Work from a formal course, Teach Yourself, Aussie Mill, or even this Nachala course, because these are for beginners as well. Well, the blue book is for beginners, and then once you start on the red book, is moving more up, going into intermediate level. So you want to start with something formal first, and as the book this book says, Aussie Mill, this it will take you to at least a B2. That's like an upper intermediate level, working on going into an advanced level. Teach Yourself, I would say this would probably take you to like a B1, like maybe intermediate, just intermediate. So definitely as a beginner, you want to work through those. Now, my FLR course, I will recommend using this course for those of you who are, sorry I cut off, I was saying that for my FLR course, I would recommend it for those of you who are approaching a low intermediate level, and by that time you're basically starting to make sentences, like just creating sentences using keywords and all that stuff, and I go through this course showing you how to do that. Now, if you want to get into that at the beginning stage, then you can go ahead and start with this. It all depends on the learner. Like I said, if you're trying to do just input first, then you probably you don't. If you want to do input and you don't plan to speak with anyone or practice output, then you might not want to use this. You may just want to use another course, such as OSCE Teach Yourself, etc. So that's what my course is all about: building sentences, building fluency, pretty much. All right. So that's that. Let me see. From intermediate, you can, once you reach that level, you can look into a grammar book such as Schaum's Grammar. It's pretty good. They explain things really well. Schaum's is good. This also, basically is a phrase book. It's a very useful phrase book. Once you start creating sentences, like I've explained, but like with the FLR course, you can look into something like this. They have a lot of useful phrases here. Okay, phrase book, same deal. Once you start making sentences, start speaking with people, then you may want to pick up this. It has useful phrases that you will need. Asking people age, where they live, etc. This is something else you can look into getting. It has a lot of slang, fun sayings. It's fun to use some of this stuff with natives. The conversational. Let me see. Yeah, you could probably use something like this. There's a lot of drills. I'll probably go through something like this as a sweep once I reach the low intermediate level. Alright, for this dictionary here, you don't necessarily need a dictionary as a beginner, unless you're planning on building sentences at the beginning stages. Then you might want to get a dictionary, but you can actually hold off on getting this until you get to the stages of the output. So it all depends on what you're doing. If you're going to make sentences, then yeah, highly recommend getting this dictionary. Is very good. So yeah. Oh, I don't want to forget this. And I had this book. This book was actually sent to me. It doesn't come with audio, so I mean, it looks like an old book. I'm not sure if it comes with audio. If it does, then it could be useful. But if you're a beginner and this doesn't have audio, I don't think it will be a great choice to get this, because you need to listen. It's very important to listen to the Russian language. You get used to those sounds, intonation, the accent. So yeah, I don't even know if you can still get this course. Like I said, it was sent to me, and yeah, it is a good course though. So alright, I'm gonna make some videos over through Camtasia to show you guys some other resources you can use, moving from that intermediate stage going into advanced. So alright, for this review here, many of you are already familiar with this this website. This is Mr. Kaufman's site, LingQ. This is a very useful website for whatever language you're learning. They have a limited amount of languages here, but they are always updating. But if you can use it as a beginner, but I would highly recommend using it if you're trying to move from an intermediate to an advanced level. I say this because once you reach at least an intermediate, upper-intermediate level, to advance to like an advanced level, you're basically learning more vocabulary. And in order to learn more vocabulary, you have to read a lot. So you definitely want to keep LingQ in mind. They have a lot of authentic readings. They have tutors. They have podcasts. You get your writings corrected. So they have a lot of tools here. Now, for me, this is just my experience. When I tried to use this for a language from the beginning, I found it kind of hard to stay consistent with it. I don't know if it's just because of my learning style, but it was tough for me to continue with it as a beginner. But what I found was when I was at least an intermediate level, at least intermediate, upper intermediate level, I found it to be very useful because it helps me learn more vocabulary. I've already covered the basics, and I'm trying to move on to an advanced level. So reading text helps me in that respect. So definitely, this will be put in the category of someone who is trying to move from an intermediate level to an advanced level. Again, I'm not saying a beginner can't use this. You can, depending on your learning style. My learning style is a bit different, but I just wanted to put that out there because that's something that I experienced. So that is it. I have one more thing to show you for moving from intermediate to advanced, and that will conclude this video. See you here shortly. All right, another review on a website that I made a video on, I think it was a couple months ago before I went to Taiwan, but this is Russian for free. I wanted to bring this to many of your attention because I'm doing a transitional video on Russian. So I think this site is something that you may want to look into since they have a lot of content here. Russian for beginners, advanced Russian. I haven't really used this website. I just kind of went through it to see what they offer. And I think if you're, again, as I just explained about the link, if you're trying to move from an intermediate to an advanced level, they have the material here that you would need. So they have the music videos, the grammar tables, activities, Russian cartoons, comics in Russian. Let's see, Russian forum. I mean, this is a crazy website in a good way. So I will provide the link in the description for this particular website for you guys to check out. But yeah, so these are all the resources that I have or know of for the Russian language, starting from beginner going to advanced level. So as I said before, for a lot of people, they plateau at an intermediate level, but we all know that reading and learning vocabulary will increase your level. Understanding of certain jargons and slangs, you know, you need to learn all that stuff. You need to actually speak with natives and you know, watch a lot of the programs, Russian programs, television or whatever, go to the country, etc. So all of that is playing a big role in getting to this advanced stage. So that is it. These are all the resources I know of. So let me know if you guys have any questions. Otherwise, thanks for viewing. And if you're learning Russian right now, have fun. And yeah.